I think it's a really progressive technology and methodology. In 24 minutes, I went from a level 8 on a 1 to 10 to or 0 to 10. I was at an 8, and then I actually was quite confident. We then went from a 1 to truly a 0. I'm Michael Pottern. I'm the founder of Find My Zen, and also we just launched our first brick and mortar called the Zen Den. What I came into the Rapid Rewire training with as expectations was having a little awareness of some modalities such as NLP, or these different facets of, I think, kind of intercommunication skills where we can speak to our mind and our somatic body in ways. I think it's a really progressive technology and methodology. But what I like that really actually kind of became very quickly clear to me is that how quick these processes can actually work if we get out of our own way and out of our own story. So really what was beautiful about this is that it is a process that I truly believe in, but the part that really makes it nice is that it takes into account the somatic side and the emotional side. So it doesn't just wipe it from the brain. It's actually this more languaging to help integrate and alchemize it within the body. And so when those can be in right relationship, it just seems to land for me as integrative, not just a band-aid. So the biggest breakthrough was actually during the training. It was on the second day. There was some really just beautiful connection and openness in the morning. And then I found myself in a conversation during lunch that actually triggered something, not from so much the context of the conversation, but something that was definitely a little bit more latent that, I kind of had thought I had kind of gotten it out of my system. But what was really beautiful, though, is that it wasn't the story that I went back into, because I think that's what innately happened during the trigger. Was I wanted to go back into the story and say, oh, wait, is this happening? And evaluating both the past and the future, and trying to solve for a lot of unknowns. When I actually used the methodology then afterwards in our afternoon session in a way that I actually didn't think I could process with somebody else, because I wasn't going to be able to show up in true openness and true clarity myself, to be a good anchor, to be a good person to hold space for someone else. So I actually, of course, just went to one of the facilitators' assistants that really had gone through these processes that I knew I could trust. And I will say in 24 minutes, I went from a level 8 on a 1 to 10 to or 0 to 10. I was at an 8, and then I actually was quite confident. I got it down to 1, and I thought, cool, I'm good. And actually then the facilitator's assistant actually said, no, let's go through it again. And we then went from a 1 to truly a 0, where now I'm actually able to kind of engage in these conversations around some topics that actually I probably was just like, I'm good, but I don't want to bring it up, because then there's just a potential of some post stickiness coming back up. And so what it really allowed for me to see is both how quickly these things can happen, just like a belief. It can be created right away. It can also be undone. But